everybody, welcome to another episode of George Reviews. I am the 80s Transformers fan. Today on George Reviews, we'll be taking a look at McFarlane Gold Label Collection, Target exclusive Batman, stylized from Batman the Animated Series. McFarlane has released several figures from the animated series. The ones I think about off the top of my head are Superman and the Flash. So McFarlane has been rolling out animated series figures for a while now. But this is a Target exclusive, and it is a 30th anniversary figure. So I think it kind of makes it a big deal, maybe a little bit. Now, I collect McFarlane DC figures because he's like the only game in town at that price point at like 20 bucks. So, you know, that's right where I want to collect. But I have never been happy with McFarlane's handling of the DC license. I think everything he makes is like over stylized and leans towards the gothic and pretty much looks like Spawn, Mortal Kombat style, as opposed to like some cheerful DC things. But this figure from Batman the Animated Series is an exclusive, and I like exclusives, and I wanted to get my hands on it. It came with a little backdrop. It was something different for me to grab, so I picked it up. So if you hear me complaining about McFarlane and his handling of the DC property thus far and think, oh, why does he have this figure? Because I thought it was very interesting. And I actually used to love Batman the Animated Series. When it first aired, I was not a fan of the animation. But the story was amazing. It led to the Superman cartoon, which led to the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. It just became phenomenal and all-time classic. But it all started with Batman the Animated Series. So let's get to the review. Here's the packaging, large window box packaging. You can see Batman clearly in the packaging. He comes with like a rooftop or the animated intro backdrop when the lightning was striking. He comes with that. There is a collector card in there. Gold label right here. DC Direct, McFarlane Toys. It says press and then light bulb, press for light right here. And you can press that and see what's going on with the lightning strike inside the box. Animated Series logo right there, 12 and up. Side of the box, nothing spectacular. Back of the box is like a render. That's not the actual toy right there. What's in the packaging? Nothing special going on with the box. It says lights up in 3 different languages inside of the box, and that's pretty much it. I mean, the box does its job, especially for mint box collectors, and you can see the toy fully within, and you can interact with it via the hole in the box with lights up the backdrop. But anyway, we are going to get mine open and take a look. Here's Batman and his accessories. He has an alternate set of hands, the grappling gun, and a batarang. Nothing further in the box. Here is the inner box. I don't think this is part of the diorama. Tie down. Okay, it's just stuck into the bit of plastic back there. There's that piece. There's a stand back here. And the same lackluster or just good enough stand for these figures. And we have a collector's card. And here is the collector's card. I'm assuming this is directly from the cartoon. Sort of kind of doesn't look like it, but the card is kind of weird. It's a little bit warped. And there is a bio for Batman, right? As if we don't know this bio for Batman right now. But if you want to pause it, read it. There it is. Alright, to unpackage Batman. Looks like there's only one tie down for this guy. I have a few different McFarlane Batman figures that I've yet to review or even open. But I've never liked his animated series take. I think the chest, and same thing with this guy, is just way too big. I'll talk about that. Take his accessories out. Alright, let's bring Batman in and take a closer look at his head sculpt. Now, for my taste, the chin or jawline is a little bit wide to me. I know it was very stylized on a cartoon, but I think this is like an exaggeration of that. So I'm not in love with that immediately. He has like the little slit for his mouth, just like the cartoon. His eyes and the cowl are white. I think they're like just like eye covers, so you can't identify his eyes. They always drew Batman with the white eyes. He has a little cartoon shading on top of his head in blue. It's on the top of the cape, on the shoulders of the cape. It continues throughout the black parts of the outfit. Or I guess when the light hits it, it reveals that it's just navy blue. It's on both of his gloves and gauntlets. There's a little striping on the trunks right here. It comes down to the boots. On both boots. I think that's the only place it is. The cape itself is rubbery, a really soft rubber type plastic. I don't think it's actually rubber. I don't think they spraying for that. But it's really soft and pliable. You can get it off the shoulders and everything. It's cool. Now with the cape, now I'm not a fan of plastic capes, rubbery capes. For the main reason right here is it's stuck in whatever position it is. Even a cloth cape that doesn't have wires, you can move it around, you can do things. And I prefer cloth capes every time on every figure. Especially if you want to sit them down and have them do something. Well, this one is soft enough where you can smush it into a chair or even probably get it into a Batmobile if they had one, because it's really soft. But I still prefer cloth capes. It feels kind of rough. You hear it on the back. It's kind of weird. But it does look good. It doesn't look cheap at all. The biggest problem with this cape is that it's stuck in this position. And that's really what I don't like. They could at least have put a hinge in here where you can swing it back into like a standing position to the side. I'm assuming for marketing reasons, it's stuck like this on purpose. So you have this one that go with your diorama, and then you buy another one for anything else you want to do in your collection. And they do stuff like that now. And as far as the Bat logo, I'm not thrilled with that. Again, the stylization of the cartoon had the really broad chest. This to me is over exaggerated from that, but the Bat logo was like standard size. This is stretched across his chest, which I don't like. The belt, I've always loved the pouch belts when they do a Batman where he has like gadgets throughout his belt, which is cool. Little rubbery trunks down here. He has these little skinny Joe Swanson legs coming down to the boot. So let's get right into articulation, shall we? Batman can look up that far, look down that far, head 360. Oh, it's the Exorcist. You probably don't want 360. That felt a little weird. The head does 360 side to side. You can get some good stuff going on out of that. Coming to, let's get his cape up, because we can get his cape up. Take a look at his shoulder. I think these are butterfly hinges to bring it in a little bit more. So that's there. I'm not exactly sure how much of a function that's serving, but that's there. Then he has like the shoulder hinge. I've never quite seen a sculpt like this. Like I said, I don't have any of the other animated series from McFARLANE. And he has the shoulder swivel right here, coming to his elbow, just a straight 90. Then McFarlane is still using this horrible ball in the wrist. I mean, that's got to go inside of the forearm, man. Why does he start doing that? And it goes up and down on that hinge. 360s at the fist. I'm not sure if it's 360 right there, but it's so tight it's not giving me a give. It might also 360 right there, but if it does it here, I guess it doesn't matter. And you get that out of it. And then the highlight on the glove right there, we can see his molded in fist and fingers. Coming down to his abdomen, he has this articulation point right here, which allows him to turn and rotate. It doesn't really crunch. and not a whole lot to the back, but it does that. And he also has a waist articulation. You can see it breaking up right there. There's some side to side out of that. I'm really not sure. Without this one crunching, like, why have both? I don't know. All right, coming to the legs, he can get the splits pretty darn good. To the front and to the back. It's not bad. Could be a little bit more to the front for my taste, but it's not bad at all. It's on some type of, it's on a dumbbell or a ball joint hinge right in there. And a little bit of swivel right there, not much. His knees are double jointed. With these McFARLANE knees, the top of the joint up here hardly ever wants to give, and you get a lot out of that. And I'm swooping in. There's no cut in the boots at all. The articulation is going to be in the ankle right here. 360. That same ball in his wrist. I mean, like, when I say the same ball, I mean just as dang on big in his wrist as in his foot. So, not feeling any side to side. It may be, but I never want to stress the toy for the review and like break it. People often tell me later that there's actually articulation in certain points, but I'm not trying to break it. And at the toe right here, he has this, and this is it's kind of useless. It's cool that it's in there maybe, but like here are the next set of hands, and you can see they're gripping hands with the same type of thing. So I'm going to give this a pull. Look at that peg. Man, I'm just going to leave the jokes alone. Man, he always makes it hard too, boy. I hate his hands, interchangeable hands on the McFARLANE figures. There we go. Now we got two gripping hands. Alright, it took a second to get him to stand up after I played with the articulation. It felt kind of loose. We'll start with the batarang. There's not much to it. I mean, man, it's really not much to it. I could have made this. I can go make one right now and come right back the same quality. It's kind of hard. It's not really bendable. I think if you tried to bend it, you snap it. But this is it. And we can get it in his hand. Well, can we get it in his hand? Let's see. Alright, there we go. We got it in his hand, and he holds it. His hands are kind of hard. For my taste, yeah, I don't understand why they make action figure hands really hard. His hands are really hard. I'm telling you, they're really hard. But here is the batarang, so you can get them with that. Or whatever. I would have preferred two different grappling hooks. Let's get that out of here. Here is the grappling hook. It has like the two red buttons on the side. Some pretty good molding and detail in there. I mean, it's not a lot. It's animated there. Here is the little metal part, or supposed to be metal part that sticks into the wall. It's painted gray. It's all black plastic. And I'm interested to see how we get this in his hand. Does it go in between these fingers right here? I don't know, because his hands are really tight. So let's check it out. See what I can do with it. Alright, I had all type of trouble reaching around the camera to articulate this, get this in his hand. Trying to get it over this one finger. Man, that was a job. There we go. You can get it, but it wasn't easy. Like, I don't know why they don't make the hands easier to use and put accessories in them. Again, he doesn't want to stand for me. His little tiny feet. And again, here's the stand. And these really don't work well in my experiences with the figures that I have so far. See if it works well on this guy now. Yeah, when you know, they made me out a liar. There it is. And here he is. Alright, moving on to the rooftop base. Here we go. I think this is like some of a building or whatever. And these are the rooftop. Those are the buildings in the background beyond this building top piece right here. This little button makes the light flash. There is a stand for Batman right here. This peg actually looks bigger than the peg on the stand that he's on. Might stretch his foot out even more. It has two, are these LED lights? I don't know. We're going to say LED lights because everyone says LED lights. It has two LED lights right here to sort of light up the lightning. And it seemed like they would have did some type of light piping and actually had the electricity or the lightning over these and have it kind of pipe through the plastic, but it doesn't. So anyway, so there's some settings on the bottom. This is where you add your battery right here. Alright, if I get it really, really close, it takes 3 LR44 batteries. And okay, this is what we're after, the settings. This is on the try me. I guess this is the demo. There's an off, and then let's go to full on. Okay, and they're just on. Let me adjust my light. Okay, here we go with the lighting adjust. It looks pretty cool. I mean, some of it's hidden right there, so it looks pretty cool. To get Batman off this stand, right there, and on to this stand. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Okay, let's give Batman a size up and rundown. Here he is next to McFarlane's Superman. Mattel's classic Batman with cloth cape. Star Wars Tusken Raider with soft goods robe. Mum-Ra, the ever-living, again, soft goods cape. Last but not least, it is Transformers Mind Wipe because he's a bat and he's Batman. Okay, never mind. Okay, my final thoughts on this diorama set 30th anniversary Batman animated series from McFarlane. McFarlane makes a pretty quality figure, no matter what you think about the style. Like for this, I don't like the broad chest. I wish the lightning pulsated, like the lights. I wish they blinked to kind of simulate like a lightning strike or whatever. Maybe they had a little flutter to them. That would have been cool. I'm not a fan of the cape being stuck forever as windswept, but I guess it's supposed to be the diorama. This is how you're meant to display it. They most likely want you to buy another Batman to add to your animated series collection, so they can sell you two with just different cape. And they could have gave us an interchangeable cape. I don't know if the head pops off of this guy. Let me get him down. But clearly the cape comes up. If they had gave us two capes, I would love this thing. Oh, look, it's molded into the shoulder right there, which is kind of weird. I'm like, why would they have to do that? I don't know. But I would have been thrilled if they had an interchangeable cape. The accessories are alright. The grappling gun is my favorite. Wish they could have gave us one with a string on it. You know, a little string in there. Maybe have your Batman dangle or whatever would have worked with the windswept cape. But again, 50 bucks. Do I recommend it? You just gotta love Batman animated series or whatever. I mean, I'm gonna try to find a cabinet to kind of put this on top, maybe with my gargoyle figures or something like that. But other than that, that's all I got. I ain't gonna recommend. I'm not gonna not recommend it. It's a pretty cool figure. It's a pretty nice looking set, especially just sitting there like this. So again, that's all I got. This has been another episode of George Reviews. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already. You've just watched a review where every toy has a story.